What's up, my brother? Welcome to Trust Me Bro Fantasy Football. How you doing tonight? Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, brother. I'm good, man. Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Yeah, man, went real good. Had a good time. Went to my wife's aunt's place and had her. She had me putting up her new TV. She bought I think it was like a 85-inch TV or
Oh,
something like
wow.
that. Either 75 or 85, I forget. Pretty big one. So
All
I
right.
hooked that up for
Did you
her,
work?
and then yeah, she put me to work. So me and Bobby put that and hung it up, and got
Cool.
her all up and running. And then watched the Cowboy game on it, and then probably I guess pretty much the whole Bengal game. I think it was like fourth quarter when we left. So, but that game was pretty well at hand.
Yeah.
How about you,
Nice.
brother?
Yeah, it was good, man. Good football, good food, had the good ones over. Just
Yep,
enjoyed it, man. It
nice.
was nice.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, I think we had some fantastic football on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
They were all good games. The Lions game was good, and so was the Cowboy game was fantastic, and
Yep.
Bengals came through. So all three of them were great games. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Great day of football, man. I enjoyed watching
Yeah.
it.
And then Black Friday was a little lackluster. I didn't really care for
Yeah.
that game. Wasn't much of a game. And
Yeah.
then, even yesterday, it seemed like a lot of those games just weren't that good. I don't know if it's the teams that are getting a little tired at this point of the season, or if it's the cold weather. Some of these outdoor games that are kind of affecting the games and making people, play a little more conservatively or what. But it didn't seem to see a whole lot of great football yesterday. I don't know if we're just reaching that point of the season or what, but
Yeah. I agree, man. And no, I don't know. Couldn't put a finger on it. I don't know if it's cold weather, but it could be that time of the season. Maybe it just really wasn't
mhm.
good matchups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, even tonight, yeah, the game was pretty one-sided.
It
You
really
know,
was. Yeah.
yeah,
Giants tried to make a little something out of it, but they don't have what it takes this year, man.
no, definitely don't. But Dart still wants to keep fighting, and keep playing like he can come back and win it.
Yep.
Even when they were down 15, he was trying to hype the team up and try to get him back into it. So he's a competitor. I really like him. I think he's a
Yeah.
good football player.
Yeah, they got better days ahead of them, but this is
Yep.
a year to write off and try and get a draft pick.
Yeah, exactly. With all these injuries, it's
Yeah.
a little tough for them
Yeah.
to come back. But yeah, I think losing their running back and then their number one wide receiver that really hurt them. So
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's two big blows right there, and then Dart's been out a little bit, so it just hasn't been a lot of consistency. It just hasn't been a good year for him.
yeah, well, that game last night was surprisingly exciting. I didn't expect the Redskins to hang around and
Yeah.
play as tough as they did. We got to see some overtime, so I thought that was a good game.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know where they're sitting. They might as well have gone for two, I guess. But
Yeah.
kind of interesting call. I don't
hmm
even know how much time was left in OT either.
Yeah, I think like 3 minutes
Uh,
or less or something like that. So it was getting down to it.
yeah, yeah, okay. I guess it was a good call then.
Yeah.
I'd take that.
hmm Yeah, but couldn't punch it in. So
Nope,
so how'd you do on your fantasy leagues, brother?
man. Ended up going 2-2. I think with the win, I locked up. Should have first place locked up in a bye,
Nice,
no matter
nice.
what happens
Congrats.
next week. So that'll be good. And then the other one, I got a win, and I'm just trying to not be the worst in that league, man.
Yeah,
It's been a season very similar to the Giants.
yeah.
That we were just talking about. And then, my other two losses honestly don't really affect me that much. Everybody else that was right there with me lost as well. So,
Okay.
um, yeah, it, no harm, no foul. How about yourself? How'd you do?
4-0, brother. Got them all.
Nice.
Yep.
Congrats, man.
So just
Good
just uh
deal.
just snuck by the hair on my chin with that close call. Won by 0.6. So by a
Wow.
little more than half
Wow.
a point. So that
God,
man.
it's great to be on that side of it. It sucks
Yep.
being on the other side of that.
Yeah, it sure does, man.
Yep.
Yeah, so I probably shouldn't have put myself in that hole, but I didn't play Jameson on Thanksgiving. Obviously I had no idea St. Brown was going to go out, and then with Jameson posting a goose egg the week
Yeah.
before, I was a little gun shy to play him. So, you know, played Robinson instead, and Robinson got me about 10 points, but JMO would have got me about 29. So
Yeah,
in hindsight, what can you do? But I'm definitely playing Jameson this weekend against the Cowboys D. I think that's going to be a good one.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, with St. Brown potentially
So
out, most likely out, I think that's going to be a good one.
yeah,
So
good call. Thursday night.
yep, Thursday night. So I think if the Cowboys can win that one against the Lions, then I think the rest of their schedule looks pretty winnable. I think they might be able to win out the season, and so we'll
Okay.
need the Eagles to stumble and lose to the Bills, and then lose one of those games against the Redskins. I think they play them twice, and if the Redskins come out to play, similar to how they played the Broncos last night, then they could lose
Yeah,
one of those two. You know.
yeah, I agree, man. I mean, that's what we hope for, just to take the division and be for sure. Because
Yep.
that wild card race is tough. The NFC
Oh
East,
yeah.
it's a little
Hmm.
tough. Like you get the Rams running away through division, but Seattle's really strong.
Yep.
Um, who else in that division is um,
49ers.
not? Yeah, 49ers. They're
Hmm.
strong too. So
Yeah.
like right there, that's pretty tough. And then
Hmm.
I think there's a few others that kind of hang around that 8-4 mark. So
Yeah.
got to have somebody
Yeah.
stumble too if we don't take the division.
Yeah. The Packers and Lions are two of those teams that
Yep,
are
there you go.
fighting there,
You're right.
and then they also got the Bears, and so all three of those teams are pretty solid.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, let's get into
Cool.
some of these
Yeah, let's
players
do
to
it.
take a look at on the waiver wire, my brother. Let me share out our presentation here, and we'll see what we got cooking for coming up on week 14. So we're through 13 weeks so far, and so we've got let's see, one last game, Craig, until the playoffs, and so this is
Yep.
it. Do or die. So if you need you a quarterback, if you got, who was that who went out? We got two guys went out with broken hands. I think we've got Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers, and then we've got
Yeah.
Herbie.
Herbert.
So
Yeah, Herbie's still week to week or day to day. Really, like he can play
mhm.
this weekend. So,
Yeah, that's what I
um,
heard. Yep,
yeah,
he has surgeries today, and so I'm sure his doctor's cringing, at all the talk of him playing, next Monday night. But that's what he wants to do, so we'll see.
yep,
But yeah, if you're down a quarterback, T. Law is someone to take a look at. 52% rostered, so he's out there in 48% of the leagues. He's been, like you said, Craig, turning it on, doing
yeah,
28 plus these past 2 weeks. So I've just haven't been a T. Law fan myself. I've had him on my fantasy squads in years past, but he's disappointed me, and I think I swore him off and just said never again. But here he is, hanging around. So not bad.
yeah. That's exactly it, man. I mean, another game, another game. He's got 28 points. So,
Yep.
he's certainly better than Lamar Jackson this year.
Yeah, definitely.
Like
Hmm.
I'm seriously looking at options to put that dude on the bench because he's just been terrible.
Yeah.
Like yeah, kickers and defenses score more than him.
Hmm. That's
So
true. What's he been getting you
yeah,
lately? Like 5 points or less?
yeah, 5-6 points.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You eventually got to pull the plug on that. You can't keep waiting for that blow up game. And, I'd
Yep.
rather have T Law in my starting lineup getting 28 for sure than worrying about, uh, him blowing up for a 40-point game on my bench.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. That's where I'm at. But
okay.
yeah, T Law's been solid this year, man.
Yep.
Like
I
him or
like
not.
it. All right. Next up is Jacoby. This is another
Yeah.
guy who's been pretty
Of
solid. I
course,
mean,
man. Yeah.
you can count on Jacoby for 300 plus yards, 2 touchdowns, and to lose the game. That seems to be what he's been doing. 4 losses in a
Yeah.
row, but putting up the fantasy points.
Yeah. He's got a couple, tough defenses here, but I mean, I don't know if I'd be scared of that. Like he's still slinging the ball around. He's got some good weapons.
Yep.
Um, I think until further notice, keep playing this
Yeah.
guy, go after this guy.
Yeah, garbage points count just as much as first half domination points.
Yeah, that's
63%
exactly.
rostered, so he's going to be clawing and fighting against the Rams. Houston D's pretty scary for sure, but he's definitely going to keep fighting. I think he'll get you 20 plus on both those games.
Yeah, I agree.
So Yeah, not a
I
bad
agree. It's a
player.
good one. Yeah, it's a good one to go for.
Yeah, the only thing that kind of worries me is the coach gonna pull the plug because they're losing so much. But I think that they've already written this season off. It looks like they've only got 1 or 2 wins on the season, so I don't. It's interesting though that like the coach for the Jets, ends up punishing Fields because he's not winning the games. But that's another lost season right there. So why does
Yeah,
the Jets coach, worry so much about winning these games in a lost season? And the Cardinals coach could care less. I guess it's a function of Fields' contract. I think he got paid $40 million for a 2-year contract, for 20 million
yeah,
this year, 20 million next year, and maybe it's just a matter of them not wanting him to be injury and having to pay him out, with the injury settlement, or I guess you can't cut him if he's not healthy. Is what I think is
right.
probably going on there.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, very true.
But but this guy, they're probably getting him cheap. Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah,
With how
for
much they're
sure.
paying um, the other guy. So
Yeah,
uh,
he's a bargain.
yeah, he's probably playing on a $3 million contract or something like that.
Yeah.
So they're like, if he gets hurt,
Yep.
oh well.
Yeah, you're getting every dime out of it, man. I like it.
Yep, for sure. All right, next up, let's go on to running backs, brother, and talk
Chuba.
about Chuba Hubbard. And so I had kind of left this guy for dead with Rico Dowdle coming on, but Chuba he raised his hand and said, "I'm still alive." 17 carries for 83 yards, caught 2 passes for 41 yards and a touchdown. So he's still trying to make some noise this season. So he might be someone to
Yeah, for
look at.
sure. Yeah, I think he was hurt when Dowdle got his shot. Yeah, it
Yep.
looks like up there 5 and 6 at least. So he's kind of been coming back from that and not really getting as many chances. But Dowdle's kind of, you know, he hadn't been producing near as much as he was earlier in the
Yeah.
season too. So maybe back time to focus on Chuba. So but it
Mm-hmm.
may end up one of those 50-50 splits, which they could drive you nuts when you're pulling for
Yeah.
one of those guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I
but
anticipate happening. But he's got some cupcake matchups coming up.
yeah,
New Orleans and Tampa, and so I think that those could be some high-scoring games, and with a lot of rushing yards. And so, Rico had a pretty good game himself, and so I think they both did well. It was one of those situations, kind of like the Bears
okay,
game on Friday, on
yeah,
Black Friday, where both running backs did well. So,
yep,
they could be in the situation where both of them get you 15 plus or 20 plus. So
yeah. Hey man, I'll take
might be,
that.
yeah. 64% rostered, so he's out there in more than 50% of the leagues, but he's out there in 36%, so he's still out there. Take a look, see if you can find him.
Yeah, he's in one of mine.
Yep,
I'm gonna put a claim in for him. He's on a bye this coming
yeah,
week,
yeah,
hoping
that's right.
that'll deter some people.
Yes.
That
Mm-hmm.
maybe want to try and play that waiver wire game and get up Wednesday morning and realize he's already on my roster.
Yep, go get him, brother. Yeah,
Yep,
if he's out there, go get him.
might as
All right,
well.
all right. Next up is Bam Night. I had kind of left him as a nobody, and because I thought that Benson was coming
Benson.
back, but Benson's I don't know if he's on a milk carton in Phoenix or what, but he's missing. I don't know where he's at. He hasn't shown up for work, and so
Yeah,
Bam's been taking the job and going with it, getting you 14, 16, whatever. So he's kind of a
yeah,
doing a pinch for RB2 numbers.
yeah, for sure, man. I mean, keep an eye on that situation. They had Benson projected, and then I guess
Hmm.
he wasn't ready to take the field. So,
Yep.
um, he maybe just needed one more game, and we'll be back this week. But
Yeah.
otherwise, I'll take double digits on my running back.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes, exactly. Anything,
Yep.
I prefer 15, but anything over, yeah, 10 is good. So I'll
Yeah.
take it.
Yep.
So we'll see. Keep an eye on Benson, but if he needs a little more time, a little more beauty rest, then Bam can smack the ball around a little bit. So
Right.
he's only out there in 26% of leagues, so widely available.
Yep.
All right. All right. Next up is Chris Rodriguez. Had a like we were just talking about 10. He got you double
Yeah,
digit against Denver, which is a pretty tough defense right there. Watching the game last night, they seemed to favor him. I think he got the lion's share of the touches, the opportunities. That they were involving the other two running backs as well, McNichols and Bill. But
yeah.
anyway, he looked not bad, not too bad. So
I mean, he
24%
sets the
roster.
tone for that
Hmm.
running back group, man. They need to give him the lion's share of the touches.
Yes,
That
agreed.
Bill's not very good.
Hmm.
McNichols is not bad. It really
Yeah.
should just be those two guys splitting the carries,
Hmm.
and they act like they want it, And Rodriguez for sure, like he'll run through people, run through tackles and whatever. Whereas it seems like Bill just runs up to the back of the line and just stops, waits to get
Yeah,
tackled. So
agreed.
yeah, it's the most frustrating thing to watch when you got him on your lineup and you need points out of him. So I'd rather,
Hmm.
I'd love for this guy to really pick it up and carry through fantasy playoffs as somebody who's
Yeah.
hitting double digits every week.
Yeah, I mean, he's got some good matchups right there. The Giants coming up, Dallas coming
Yeah,
up. So,
yeah,
if you do pick him up, maybe just kind of see how it goes against Minnesota and then plug him in for the playoffs if he ends up grabbing a hold of this job. So,
yeah,
someone to keep an
yep.
eye
I
on.
like it.
24%
Good
roster, so
stuff.
he's out there in 75% of the leagues.
Yeah, he's
All
available.
right. Next up is Algier. And so, the reason why I put this guy on the list this week, Craig, is he's only 42% rostered. He tends to vulture a lot of TDs
Hmm.
from Robinson. So, you know,
I mean, he's good in the red zone, man. Like he
hmm
10 yards and he's good. So you just gotta figure out when he's gonna be good. When that's gonna hit
yeah,
because it's kind of
right.
boom or bust if he hits a touchdown or not.
Yeah, exactly. Especially in the games where he gets in there for garbage time. Unfortunately, the way the Falcons have been playing lately, that they haven't had a whole lot of garbage time. But
Yeah,
I don't think they're going to really have much garbage time against Seattle. Tampa Bay might be a shootout. Arizona, there's one. Potentially
possibly. Yeah,
if Drake
yeah,
Drake comes back, that could be a game for him. So,
yeah,
you know, somebody to think about.
yeah, yeah. Not bad.
42% rostered for Algier. And then let's switch
There you
over to,
go.
to wide receivers, brother. So Mike Evans, obviously we know the talent, fantastic wide receiver. There's been some rumblings in the news lately that he's planning a comeback, and so Coach made some comments this morning saying that he's potentially coming back by week 15. And so that's right around the corner, right when the fantasy playoff starts. So he's
Yeah,
someone to keep an eye on. If you got an IR slot in your league, he's somebody to pick up and stash away in your IR and see if he does come back. 59% rostered, so he's out there in about 40% of leagues.
yeah, man. Hey, I'm gonna go look for him for sure. I know he's out there in one of my leagues.
Yep.
Actually, the one of them I know he's out there, and I let somebody else know that they should go pick him up. I'm circling the drain. It's the one league I'm circling the drain in. I was like, I'd be a
Yeah.
dick if I went and picked him up and
Right. Yeah.
blocked him from everybody in the playoffs. So,
Hmm.
but honestly, man, like he'll help Ibuka in the playoffs for me because Ibuka was
Hmm.
killing it with Mike Evans on the field.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
You're
know,
right. That's
he's been
true. He's going to
struggling
draw.
without him.
Yep. He'll draw the
Yeah,
coverage away from Uga Booga, and he'll
yeah,
be great.
yeah.
So yeah, I think he definitely wants to get another 1,000-yard season. He's definitely got his homework to cut out for him. So I don't know if it's going to happen, but
I mean,
but
yeah, you have a
yeah,
couple 250-yard games.
yeah, exactly. Just needs
Might
be
be
of them.
somewhere in there.
Just string
What's he
them
got?
together.
What's he got? He's got 140 so far. So yeah, he's
Yeah.
860 yards shy,
Yep, that's right. It's going to be some
divided by
pretty.
four.
Yeah, that's it. If he comes back this weekend, if not, I don't know. Did they count playoffs in that? I guess not. So.
Oh yeah, I guess not.
No, but anyway, if he's out there, go grab him and see what happens.
Yep.
All right. Next up is Alec Pierce. Man, yeah, this guy's looked really solid, brother. 56% rostered, so he had another really good game. against Houston, which is a fantastic defense.
Yeah.
Caught 4 out of 5 targets for 78 yards and a tutty. So, we've been having him on the list for a few weeks now, but he's looking good.
Yeah, yeah, he's a good one, man. I still feel like that breakout game's, just
Hmm.
kind of hanging out there for him, where he's going to have a couple touchdowns and a 100-yard game. So,
Yep.
um, in the meantime, he's still not doing bad for you.
Yeah.
Like not very good against KC, but
Right.
take most of those other weeks.
Yeah, exactly. 17 plus in 3 out of 4
Yeah,
weeks, 3 out of the most
yeah,
recent four. So yeah, he's you're going to have a safe floor with him. So
yeah,
yeah, he's worth a
exactly.
pickup. I
Yep.
wouldn't be scared to start him.
No,
So
no, he's good.
yeah, if you can find him, go grab him. All right. Next up is Jaden Higgins. Man, I think he's finally establishing himself as the number two. Um, behind Nico Collins over there in
Yeah,
Houston, and having their quarterback back. I think things are looking up for him. I think he'll be
yeah, I
good.
agree, man. I mean, he's really emerged, and he's definitely a good one. I think to put a wire pick out there for, because
Yeah.
I mean, who I don't even know who else was a number two in Houston. I can't think of anybody else this year. Was it? Am I missing somebody?
There was that guy they got from Jacksonville that they were thinking was going to be the number two, but it didn't really
Oh
pan
yeah,
out. Can't
yeah.
even
He hadn't
think of
done
his
much
name
at
right now.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Kirk or something like that.
Kirk,
Christian
that's
Kirk.
it. Yeah, Christian
Yeah,
Kirk. Yeah,
yeah,
that just did not pan out, and so I think he was hurt at the beginning of the season and just never could quite get going. So
yeah.
this guy, Jaden Higgins, he's definitely grabbed a hold of that number two behind Nico Collins. So he'll get
I
you.
agree, man. It seems like I saw his number a lot
Mm-hmm. Yep.
yesterday when we were watching some football. So only 5 targets, but made the most out of them. I think,
Yeah.
I think he's had a lot more targets before. Look at the weeks prior. So
Yeah.
yeah, I like it. Good
Yep.
pickup.
He's a good one.
Yep.
So I think they'll be chasing points against KC most likely, and then he's got Arizona and Vegas, in the playoffs. So he could be a good one to
Yeah.
add if you need a solid wide receiver.
Yep.
35% rostered, so he's out there in a lot of leagues. 65%. All right. All right, let's see what we got next. We got Coker. Talk to me
Yeah.
about Coker, brother.
Yeah, man. He was hurt to start the season, I think, and took a little bit to come on, but I think he's finally catching his stride. Again, he's on that team with the bye this week,
Yep.
so. But I like him against New Orleans. I like him against Tampa Bay, and potentially even Seattle. So, um, that McMillan's like he's really struggling, and
Mm-hmm.
I think Young's actually losing some faith in him. He still throws
Yeah.
it to him, but
Mm-hmm.
he seems like when he needs it, on third down, he's throwing to Coker. When he needs
Right.
a big play, he's throwing it to Coker.
True.
It's
And
it's it's not going to
Leggett,
McMillan.
yeah, Leggett just sucks. So I think that
Yeah,
this is the guy that he trusts.
yeah, yeah. So I think this production will keep on going up. His targets will go up. So
Yeah.
he seems to really be the main guy there.
Mm-hmm.
McMillan maybe in the future. When he hits the jugs machines, learns how to catch. But
Yep.
um, when you need somebody to trust, this is your guy in that offense.
Yep. Agreed. Only 4% rostered, so he's out there widely available. 96% of the league. So if you need a wide
Yeah,
receiver, and you can wait on the buy. This one, like you said, Craig, might be a good waiver wire leftover to
yeah,
scoop up on Wednesday, morning, Wednesday afternoon. I think.
yeah. Even one of those like Sunday morning grabs. Like you set your lineup, you're good. You got somebody on your bench that you've been itching to get rid of.
Yeah.
Maybe just swap out for him then.
Right.
Before waivers hit.
Yep. Yeah. Good
So
one to keep an eye on for the playoffs, 15
yep,
and beyond. So good one, Craig.
yep.
All right, let's talk tight ends, brother. Brenton Strange. And so, yeah, he's come back from his IR with a vengeance, man. Looking really
It really
solid.
has.
You know.
Yeah, he's looked great. He's got some matchups coming up. I think that we like, and so
Hmm.
um, I picked him up in one league where I have I think Warren. So it's gonna be hard for me to get him in lineup. But hell, dude, he may end up in like the offensive player spot.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
he's
I like it.
he's back. He's putting up points. I mean, he's come back with a vengeance, and
Mm-hmm.
Trevor Lawrence does like to throw to tight ends. You know, we saw that last year with Ingram. Ingram is one of the
Yep.
top receivers on the team. So
Right.
you know, get this guy going, and you could have a good little playoff tight end running.
Yeah, agreed. He's got some good matchups coming up, and so I'm thinking about grabbing him in one of my leagues where I've got Mandrews as my only tight end, and so I think I might put him, pick him up as a backup just in case Mandrews stalls out or something like that. Then I might switch over
Yeah.
to Strange. So
Yep.
looks good. All right. Next up is Dalton Schultz, and so he's been looking pretty solid. He had a bummer against the
Yeah.
Bills in Week 12, but he's back. Had a good game yesterday against Indy. Uh, you know, caught 7 of 8 targets for 55 yards. Clearly, is trusted to catch the ball. So I think he's a pretty
Yeah.
solid tight end out there.
Man, I mean, you just don't have those tight ends this year that are just consistently killing it. You know, like
Hmm.
what's the dude's name? Brought in Vegas.
Oh yeah,
Vegas sucks
yeah,
this year, but
yeah.
yeah, Pat Bowers. Yeah, he's been pretty good since he's been back on the field. But
Hmm.
I can't think of many tight ends that you really just trust week in and week out. So with that
Yeah.
said, I mean, I'd take this. What is this like? Um, 5 out, yeah, 6 out of the last 8 has
Hmm.
been double digits. That's
Yeah. That's
it.
great.
Just goes with the territory. Yeah, take it.
Yeah, agreed. And then we've got the guy in Arizona who's pretty solid too, McBride. And so I think it's McBride and Bowers are the two ballers.
Yeah,
So after those guys, you've got some other folks that are, just kind of coming along. So
yeah, McBride for sure, man, for sure.
yeah, yeah. So Dalton Schultz. All right, if you need a tight end, go grab him. Oh, he's out there, and let's see, available in more than 50% of the leagues. He's taken in 46% of the leagues. So widely available.
Yeah,
All right.
hopefully you're not here, but since you kind of went robotic on us here,
Yeah, yeah. We'll just have to push through it. Yeah, it's just a little.
well, we will wait for Mark to come back. Sounds like he was having internet issues again, but we'll just wait. We'll just hang out with me a little bit. Give him time to log back on. How you guys doing? Everything good? How's your seasons going?
Hey,
Look at
you're
that.
back.
Hey,
Okay,
there he
sorry
is.
about that. All right, there he is.
No
Okay,
problem.
sorry.
Got a little
Had to.
robotic. Tried to kill a
Yeah.
little time for us.
Oh, thank you. Sorry about
Was
that.
talking to the audience and not getting much back, so
All right, sorry about that. Had a little technical difficulties here. Let me see if
all
I can
good.
share out my screen again. Okay, all right,
There we
we're
go.
back. So back up to the next tight end, Harold Fannin. 33% rostered. Looks pretty decent of a tight end here. Not bad. If you need
Yeah,
somebody in a pinch, you might do.
yeah, not bad.
Yeah. All right. Let's see who else we got. Zach Ertz had a pretty
Yeah,
good game last night. He looked
he
really
should.
reliable.
Yeah, he sure did, man. I'm actually surprised he hasn't had more of these games this year. Like he's a pretty big target on that offense.
Yep.
Um, you've got to. I don't know. We'll see about these matchups coming up, but I wouldn't be afraid to start him if I, you know, needed a tight end or been struggling all year. This is a
Hmm.
good one to grab and plug in. Was he? Oh, he's 61%, so it's only about 40% of the leagues out there available.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I was a little worried about his connection with Mariota,
What is
but
that? Did you
yeah,
notice that too?
yeah, exactly,
I was like, why is he
Mariota.
saying that?
I don't know, man. He has to make sure to pronounce that T big time. But yeah,
It
Chris
was like out of
Collinsworth was all
nowhere.
over it, right? I think it's
Yeah,
at the very beginning when they were doing the announcements, where the guys said their own name or where they went to college. I think he just picked up on it and said, "Oh, I've been saying it Mariota this whole time. Now I got to say it just like he does." So yeah, he went a little overboard on that.
yeah, it was driving me nuts, man. I was like, I can't listen to this.
I know, right? Yeah, it was funny, man.
Yeah,
But But yeah, Daniels likes to throw to him, and so without
Yeah.
Daniels, I ended up kind of writing him off when he went through that lull of getting 5.6, less than 10. Let's just put it that way. I ended up dropping him and didn't look back. But after that game last night, I don't know, it kind of got my attention.
Yeah.
13 targets, caught 10 of them for 106. That's pretty good.
Absolutely.
Yep. So I think if I can't find Strange, then this will be my next up. I'm going to grab this guy.
There you
So,
go.
but yeah,
I
my,
like
my
it.
plan is to dump Loveland and Waller. Waller, I don't know, man. I'm just not feeling it. So I'm going to grab one of these guys and dump them too.
I would do the same exact thing. I would go with
Yep.
Strange or Ertz over those guys all
Mm-hmm.
day.
Yep. And it'll just be for my backup to Mandrews. So they may never see the field, but, in case something happens to Mandrews or if he starts getting me, 6 point games or
Yep.
something like that, then I'll have to switch to this guy. All right. Let's see what else we got. Let's switch over to defenses, my brother, and talk about Tampa Bay. They had a solid game against New Orleans last time, 30 points, held them to 3 points. I think they had like 5 sacks, 2 touchdowns, two INTs, a fumble. So anyway, they looked fantastic, and that was on the road in New Orleans. And so let's see what they got up again. Let's see if they're going to do a repeat of that. So.
Yeah, I'll take that, man. I'll take their defense against New Orleans. I'll take them against Atlanta.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Um,
Even
I would take them
Carolina.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can almost grab them and run with them the rest of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So
Yeah.
that'd be a good one right through your playoffs, brother. It's a good defense right here.
Yep. I like it,
So,
man.
yep. All right. Next up, we've got Miami. Speaking of Miami, so they've got the Jets coming up. They've been pretty solid lately, getting you
Wow.
20, 12,
Yeah,
19.
man.
They've been pretty good. So, not a bad
Holy
defense.
cow.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed, man.
Yep.
I think I've rolled with them this weekend in one matchup, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna hang on to them.
Yeah, me too. I played them against New Orleans, and they had a good game for me. So yeah,
Yep.
definitely good for week 14. If you need a defense, Miami's a good one. Playing,
Sure.
what we were just talking about, the Jets. Yeah, so the Jets have been susceptible. All right. Next up is the Redskins. They got Minnesota coming up. Man, Minnesota just looked. They just got manhandled by Seattle yesterday. It just lit up, and so
They really did.
yeah, I think they probably will have J.J. McCarthy back, but man, they really just lit up that rookie quarterback yesterday. So, but even with J.J., he hasn't been lights out or nothing. So this might be a good
Yeah.
defense.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep. All right. See if I got anybody else. Okay, let's talk about kickers. So
Yep.
Evan McPherson, I'll let you talk about him, my brother. What do you
Yeah,
like about
man.
him?
I called on him last week
Yep.
as somebody to pick up.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, man, I wish I would drop Boswell
Me too.
and grab him. And he's available in that league where I have Boswell. I'm going to try and go grab him
Yeah.
because,
Same.
yeah, I mean, he's been good. Now that Burrow's back, they're going to move the ball. They didn't move the ball with Flacco, so it wasn't like that was a
Mm-hmm.
problem. But I'll take this out of my kicker almost any time. Like this is, I can see him in other double digits
Yeah.
in a couple of these games.
Right. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
I exact same philosophy, brother. I've got the boss in 2 leagues, and so the boss he just isn't quite what he was last season, and so I'm just not happy with him with the way that Rodgers has been not moving the ball, and so
Yes.
I think it's the Meyer season. I think that we talked about Myers earlier this season. I know we grabbed him when Aubrey was out, and I think that was the only place I grabbed him, but I wish I would have grabbed him elsewhere because this is the Myers season for the
Yeah.
Seahawks. But anyway, we can't get him now because he's pretty much taken in 95% of leagues. But Evan
Yeah. I got him
McPherson,
in two of mine.
yeah, I mean the year that congrats on that. But the year that
Thanks.
the Bengals made the Super Bowl, it was on his leg that took them
Oh
through
yeah.
the playoffs. So he is a reliable kicker. I'm a big fan of his, and so I'm
Yep.
planning to get him in my league where I've got the boss. I'm going to
Yeah.
roll with him.
Same.
So, yep, 60% available. So. All
Cool.
right. Next
Yep.
up is Fairbairn. So he's been pretty good, man. Pretty good leg. I like it.
Yeah,
So
yeah, he's been really good, man. And again, like this offense, like where Texans are going, so that all
hmm
helps him get the opportunities, and he makes the most of them when he gets them. And I like him against KC, man. I really do.
yeah,
I can see them moving the ball and then stalling out in the red zone and having to rely on a handful of field goals. So
yep.
really like him in this one.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, this because their defense will keep them hanging around on the scoreboard, and so I think that they could even win this game in KC. Yeah, I could see Houston potentially winning this, so that this would be a good kicker to get. So if you can't find
Yep.
Mc, McPherson, or who was that we were just talking about?
Yeah, Evan McPherson.
McPherson. Yeah, if you
Yep.
can't find McPherson, Fairbairn is a good one too. All
Yep.
right. All right. Next up is Zane Gonzalez. So he's still doing not bad. I mean, got you 8 last time. I mean, you want double
Yeah.
digits, but eight's not bad. So, he's hanging around.
Yeah.
4% rostered.
Yeah. Yeah. Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. I mean, I think against Seattle, if Atlanta can move the ball, which I mean
Mm-hmm.
they've got some offensive weapons for sure.
Yep.
Seattle could shut him down in the red zone, so this one could play out as a pretty good, opportunity for him to get some 3 or 4 field goals, maybe some long ones.
Yeah. Agreed. I'm a little worried about the boss, and so I'm thinking I might need to get one of these guys, one of
Yeah.
these kickers, because I'm just not feeling it going into the playoffs with the way that the boss has been, not delivering. So I
Yeah,
think,
the boss was the reason for my loss this
mm-hmm.
week, man. He got me 1 point, and I could have done so much better, and I needed 2 points to win. So,
Yep.
uh, put this one on the boss.
Yeah, the league that I won by 0.6. The reason why it was so close is because the team I was playing had New England defense, and they also had Myers, who was kicking butt. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's what kept him alive in that matchup. So
yeah, makes a difference, man.
yep. So
Cool.
well, that's it for tonight, my brother. And so we've got Thursday night football. We've got the Cowboys up in Detroit playing the Lions. Should be a fantastic game. And I think CeeDee Lamb and Pickens will both eat, and maybe even Fergie. So it should be a good one. Dak will probably do
Yeah,
really well, so should have a great game. And then,
looking forward to that one.
yep. And then we've got just regular football on Sunday, and then we'll be back at you after Monday Night Football. I think I'm trying to remember who's playing next Monday night. I think it's the Chargers, and gee, I can't remember who they're playing, but I think Chargers will be up next. So
Yeah, it is the Chargers for sure.
yeah, so
So, yeah, that'll be an interesting call for. I've got
yep,
Herbie in one of my leagues, and I'll have to see how the news is going this week.
yeah. Keep your eye on that. So we'll be
Yeah.
back at you, my brother, next Monday night to
Cool.
recap, and we'll also talk a little bit about some players that we picked up or we acquired at some point this season that we're happy with, and so um, not necessarily players we drafted,
Yeah.
but players we either acquired through trade or off the waiver wire or that have been doing really good. So we'll talk about those players too, and
Yeah.
then and
Sounds like a
then
plan, my man.
yep. All right, my brother. Well, good luck in your fantasy leagues this week, and we'll be back next Tuesday. Peace,
All
my
right, brother.
brother.
Good luck on the wire.
You too. Bye bye.